Is it true that the bigger the brain, the smarter you are? It's a question many people often ask. At first glance, it might seem that a larger brain means better thinking ability and intelligence. But is that really the case? Today, let's dive into this fascinating topic and find out. The brain is one of the most complex organs in the human body, made up of around 86 billion neurons. These neurons are connected through synapses, forming a vast and intricate neural network. The cerebral cortex, especially the prefrontal cortex, is responsible for higher cognitive functions and plays a key role in intelligence. Although the brain makes up only about 2% of the body's weight, it consumes around 20% of the body's energy, highlighting its massive energy demands and constant activity. The average adult brain weighs between 1.3 and 1.4 kilograms, but this weight alone doesn't determine intelligence. In the animal kingdom, brain size varies greatly between species. For example, a blue whale's brain can weigh up to 9 kilograms, but it doesn't show intelligence similar to that of humans. This indicates that brain size alone isn't a straightforward indicator of intelligence. To explain this phenomenon, scientists have introduced the concept of the brain-to-body ratio, which measures the brain's weight relative to body weight. While elephants have large brains, their brain-to-body ratio is only 0.2, whereas humans have a ratio of 7.5. This helps explain our unique cognitive abilities. Therefore, the brain-to-body ratio is a more accurate reflection of a species' intelligence than brain size alone. Intelligence is not only dependent on brain size, the internal structure and efficiency of the brain are even more crucial. Specifically, the prefrontal cortex plays a key role in advanced cognitive functions such as decision-making, thinking, and planning. Compared to other animals, the human brain has more neurons and more complex connections, making information processing more efficient. Einstein's brain provides a classic example for studying the relationship between brain size and intelligence. After Einstein's death in 1955, scientists conducted an autopsy on his brain and found that it weighed 1,230 grams, which is below the average weight of an adult male brain, about 1,400 grams. This discovery challenged the notion that bigger brains are smarter. Further research revealed that Einstein's brain had a particularly well-developed parietal lobe, which is linked to mathematical and spatial reasoning abilities, potentially explaining his exceptional achievements. Additionally, his brain had complex neuronal connections in regions associated with higher cognitive functions, highlighting the impact of brain structure and efficiency on intelligence. Moreover, Einstein's brain had a higher density of glial cells, which support and enhance neuronal activity, and this might also contribute to his remarkable mental agility. However, scientists have found that, despite some structural differences between male and female brains, there is no significant intelligence difference. Studies show that men have a higher number of cortical neurons, around 23 billion, compared to women, about 19 billion. Nevertheless, intelligence test results do not show significant differences between genders. This indicates that while the number of neurons has some relevance, the efficiency of neural connections and overall brain function are the key factors determining intelligence. When discussing intelligence, the density and efficiency of neural connections are also crucial. The brain's neural networks are interconnected through synapses, forming a complex web where the efficiency of these connections directly impacts information processing and cognitive abilities. For example, efficient connections in the brain allow information to be transmitted more rapidly, enhancing thinking speed and problem-solving skills. Research has shown that some brain regions have more densely packed and efficient neural connections, which are significantly associated with intelligence performance. Therefore, the efficiency of neural connections and the organization of neurons often play a more decisive role in determining intelligence than the sheer number of neurons alone. We know that humans evolved from primates. Millions of years ago, our ancestors had brains of similar size to present-day primates, but over time, the human brain expanded and eventually evolved into the complex organ it is today. So, what drove the human brain to become so unique during evolution? One key factor is the complexity of social life. As a highly social species, our ancestors lived in challenging environments where higher social intelligence was necessary for communication, cooperation, and forming complex social relationships. This need drove the evolution of the brain, particularly in regions related to language processing and decision-making. The social brain hypothesis suggests that the human brain had to cope with a large amount of social information, including understanding others' emotions, predicting behaviors, and meeting cooperation needs. This social pressure led to a more complex and efficient brain, enhancing the ability to process and integrate social information. Over time, social intelligence not only became a crucial survival skill but also further drove the evolution of the brain. Another key factor is the use of tools and technological advancements. Early human ancestors initially used simple tools such as stone implements and fire, but over time, they gradually mastered the creation and use of more complex tools. The manufacturing and use of tools require advanced cognitive abilities, including planning, fine motor coordination, and long-term memory, which drove the evolution of brain regions involved. Archaeological research shows that as tool use became increasingly complex, the human brain expanded accordingly. This is because creating and using tools involves not only predicting how to complete specific tasks but also improving tool design to meet new challenges. These cognitive demands increase the brain's workload, driving further brain development and evolution. In addition to social and technological advancements, dietary changes have also been a crucial factor in brain expansion. Early humans gradually shifted from a plant-based diet to one rich in meat and high-energy foods, such as fish and fatty meats. This change improved energy acquisition efficiency and provided essential nutrients for the brain. The human brain consumes about 20% of the body's energy, which is much higher than that of other mammals, reflecting the evolutionary need for high-energy support. Therefore, dietary changes have provided important support for brain development and function. Despite the remarkable complexity of the human brain due to evolution, it is not static. The brain has an incredible plasticity, allowing it to continuously adjust its structure and function based on environment, experience, and learning. This plasticity enables humans to adapt flexibly to different environments and enhance cognitive abilities through ongoing learning and practice. One important manifestation of brain plasticity is synaptic change. Synapses are the connections between neurons through which information is rapidly transmitted in the brain. Every time we learn a new skill or encounter new information, synapses in the brain change, forming new connections or strengthening existing ones. This is why learning a new language or mastering a new skill takes time, but with practice, the brain gradually becomes more efficient. A classic example is London taxi drivers, whose job requires them to remember the city's complex routes, placing high demands on their spatial memory. Studies have shown that the hippocampus, the brain area responsible for spatial memory, of taxi drivers becomes significantly larger than that of the average person, especially in those who have been working for a long time. This phenomenon vividly demonstrates the power of brain plasticity. Through daily memory training, the neural networks related to spatial navigation are significantly enhanced. Another astonishing example is professional musicians who have undergone extensive musical training. Studies have found that brain areas related to music, especially those involved in finger movement and auditory processing, are unusually developed in these musicians. In particular, violinists, who frequently use their left hand for complex fine motor tasks, have a more developed part of the motor cortex controlling the left hand compared to the average person. These changes demonstrate the remarkable plasticity of the brain in response to long-term skill training. Brain plasticity not only plays a crucial role in learning and memory but also demonstrates remarkable compensatory capabilities in the recovery from brain injuries. For example, in patients who have suffered a stroke or brain injury, even though certain areas may be damaged leading to loss of cognitive or motor functions, other regions of the brain can gradually compensate for the impaired functions through self-regulation. With the aid of modern rehabilitation techniques, patients can rebuild damaged neural pathways through repetitive training and gradually regain partial or even full functionality. This offers new hope for the treatment of neurological disorders. From evolutionary history to modern life, the human brain has continuously changed, and brain plasticity is the core force driving this change. It enables us to adapt to new environments and challenges and continually expand our learning and adaptation abilities. Through this characteristic, intelligence is not merely dependent on the size of the brain but is more significantly reflected in the complexity of its internal structure and its ongoing changes and development. In recent years, the rapid development of artificial intelligence has enabled machines to handle many complex tasks and decision-making processes. This technological advancement has undoubtedly brought convenience, but it also raises an important question: will the widespread use of AI make our brains increasingly lazy, leading to cognitive decline? As AI continues to transform our way of life, finding a balance between enjoying the benefits of technology and keeping our brains active and healthy will be a crucial challenge. How can we strike this balance to both harness technological advancements and maintain our mental exercise? What are your thoughts on this issue? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments. If you enjoyed today's video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment about your views on the future of artificial intelligence. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.